This morning we are going to make the main views of the control dog. So we will start off with the main face there. We'll make that our primary view. We are in our construction layer right now, and as always, we shall begin with our construction line crosshairs. There they are. Okay, so starting off from the lower left-hand corner, I'm going to be offsetting toward the right. I'll do the full width of this thing now, which is showing as 3 7/16. So just to remind you, the technique for handling that, you can convert the fraction into an improper fraction, because you can't do a compound value like that, in AutoCAD. I know you guys know that. So you either have to enter the improper fraction, which would be 3 times 16 plus 7 over 16. What is that? 6 times 6 is 30. 6 times 8 is 48. Plus 7 would be 55/16. Or you could offset 3, and then you could offset 7/16, and then just delete the 3. That is a good method, and it kind of removes the opportunity for error there. You could also type in the decimal value if you happen to know what 7/16 is as a decimal, and that's pretty easy to figure out. If you just do 7 divided by 16 on your calculator, you come out with 0.4375. So you could just offset 3.4375. So whatever floats your boat there. I'm going to do it the most simple way here, which requires no math, and that's just O, enter, 3, enter. Okay, so that's my 3-inch offset. And then 7/16 from there. There it is. So that is the full width of this guy, and then I can just delete this one here. Okay, let's throw that dimension up for you. And that is rounding to the thousandths place, so it's 3.438. The next offset is just 2 inches. And then we have 5/8, which is 0.625. Put those dimensions up for you. Zoom in a little bit. All right. So far, so good. Let's talk about the horizontal lines. So moving upward from the bottom, the full height of this thing is 2 1/4. 2.25. And there's a few offsets to take care of inside here. 1/2 inch, then 1 1/4, and 3/16. Let's do those. Do the 1/2 inch first. The 1 1/4. Put those dimensions up for you. That should be a 1/2 inch on each side, right? So that's another way to do that. Just offset the edges a 1/2 inch. That'll make that one easy. And we have this 3/16 distance here. And 11/16 coming down from the top. So there's several dimensions that are associated with features that are on the right-hand side that might confuse things over here a little bit. it might be a good idea to draw the object so far, you know, just to make, just to reduce the confusion. So let's take advantage of the simplicity here and just use some object lines to draw what we got. So the circles, the holes that go here, we are told that their radius is 0.25 or their diameter is a ½ inch. Okay. And if you want to do the radiuses on this thing, we can. They're a ½ inch. I'm sorry, they're an ½ inch. F enter, R enter, 0.125. All right. Okay. So that takes care of the object lines on the left. Let's start focusing on the right-hand side of this guy. So we have a 3/16 offset from the bottom. 3/16. Oh, sorry. 13/16. My computer does not want to update. Oh, enter 13/16. Come on, here we go. One last time. There it is. All right. 13/16. And what else? Coming down from the top, we have an 11/16 offset. So from the top down, 11/16. And then from that line up, you can see there's a 9/32 offset. So let's do that one. 9/32. Okay. I'll throw those dimensions up for you. That first one, and then the second one there. And then we did this guy from there upward, the 9/32 value. There it is. Okay, so we offset the bottom one upward 13/16, and there's your decimal value, and then the top down 11/16, decimal value is 688, and then from that line we went up 9/32, decimal value of 0.281. All right, looking pretty good. So let's start in on our feature here. So this feature is how would you describe that? It's like an angled slot. That's the primary feature, this angled slot, and then it's got kind of an opening on both ends. Okay, but the angled portion is 30 degrees to the left from vertical. So the angle of the construction line would be 90 to get the vertical, and then another 30 from there. So its angle would be 120 degrees. And it originates from this point right here, which is 2 inches over from the left and then up the 13/16. So right there is where that line is going to go. So X, L, enter, A, enter, 1, 2, 0, and there it is. Okay. We are told that slot is 21/32 wide, so that will be our next offset. 21/32. And I'm going to click that angled line and just offset it to the right. There it is. Looking good. Okay. I think we need one last construction, couple more construction lines. Uh, maybe we can do this one as an object line. Let's solidify this first with an object line just to make things really clear for us. So this guy goes up to that point and then over. And on the other side, we have this angled line going up to this first offset here. So that guy goes down there. And then straight up from there, and that is the 9/32 value. It should have gone a little farther. There it is right there. And then the last thing we need is the angled line here, which is heading off at 30 degrees to the right. So that angle measured from 0 is going to be 60. So XL, let's do that as a construction line. XL, enter A, enter 60, enter. And we'll click on that guy. There you go. And now we can trace over him with the object line. There to there. Awesome. So, front view is looking pretty good. I believe all of the object lines are complete. We do have a hole that's coming in through the side here that we would show the hidden lines for. And then on the back, there are a few features too, a few notches that we need to acknowledge with hidden lines. But we'll do that when we do the top view. So let us zoom out and tackle that next. There we go. Okay. I think I'm gonna get rid of these construction lines so they're not in my way anymore. And we'll tackle that top view now. All right. So I do want to have vertical construction lines coming out of these features. And I'm going to need some horizontal construction lines as well, of course. Let's take care of the rest of these vertical ones. So I'm going to grab the corners of this stuff here. There we go. And the edges of these circles. There they are. So I think I got everything there. All right. And I'm going to put a space of about 2 inches between these drawings. Okay. And then I will begin offsetting my thicknesses here. So the total thickness is 1 1/4. 1.25. Zoom in a little tighter for you. All right. And next offset, 0.25, coming down from the top. There's that. We have another offset from there that's a 1/16 of an inch. Okay. And then lastly, from the bottom up is 1/2 inch offset. There you go. So I think that's everything we need for the top view. Let's see if we can trace that guy out. So the main body is like this right here, and then we're going to add a little bit to it. We got this. Oh, we need to offset some of these vertical lines over. Of course, I wasn't thinking, sorry, because all these vertical lines apply to the features in front. So let's do that. The center of these holes, it shows it being offset to the left 15/16. So let's do that one. O, enter. 15/16. So I'm going to take the center line from the holes here and offset that to the left. 5/16. Center over 5/16. There's that guy. And then it says from that side toward the right, we would offset a very tight tolerance of either 624 or 625 thousandths. I'm going to go with the larger value of 625. So O, enter 0.625. And that guy is going over that much. Okay. So we've got quite a few dimensions I could throw up here for you. The total on this was 1 1/4. And then we offset downward 1/4, right? There was that. And from there, we offset down even further, a 1/16 of an inch, right? And there's that guy there. So maybe I'd bring these out for you. So the big one was 1 1/4, and then we went down 250, and then we went down another 0.63. So that's how we got these guys in place. And then this one was a 1/2 inch up from the bottom, right there. The vertical lines, what we've done right now is we took that center line right there and we went over 15/16, which is 0.313. And then we went over from that one toward the right, exactly 0.625. Okay, so that's what we've done so far. This guy, the center line went to the left, 0.313, and then it went to the right, 0.625. Okay, and so that gets us the big notch, which something like this here, up and over to there, and then to that line, and then up to the top here, and then down to there, and then over some distance. How far? Nobody knows, actually. Over a distance of 2 1/8 from the right side. That's how it's dimensioned. So that's our last offset here. Oh, enter 2 1/8 or 2.125 from the right side toward the left. There it is. That's how far over it goes. Let me put that up for you. So that is the last one I did, and now I can make this object line connection there, and then just kind of pull that one back. Okay, trim this guy out and put the little radius in there. So let me zoom in on that. Turn the construction lines off. Trim this out. Put the radius in here. And that radius is a 1/16 of an inch. which is 1 over 16. There we go. And just from there to there. Perfect. There are no radiuses on any of these other corners. Okay, so we'll put the construction lines back on. And zoom back out. A little more. Okay, so what does this slot look like in the top view? Well, we have object lines, of course, that are coming from this edge here. So it goes like that, and then to here, and then to there, and that edge. So that's clear as day, visible clear as day. This edge right here is also visible. This edge right here, also visible. All is object lines, clear as day from the top view. You can see this square right here is this angled face. This square right here is that angled face. And this space right here is empty space. So actually there would be no line right there. That is the one portion that actually goes all the way through, looking from the top view. There are going to be some other features that we need to show with hidden lines. These holes here, and the hole that's going through the right-hand side. We may want to wait to address that in these views until we've drawn the right side view, but we can definitely do these holes in the top view. So with my hidden layer, I can just go straight across from here to here. And there to there. Right. In the front view, we could show these edges here. So this guy to there. And this one here. And of course, this one right there in that back corner right there. Okay. So that's looking pretty good. The only thing that is missing from the front and top views is this hole going through on the right side. Again, if we wanted to do that right now, we could. It's no big deal. It's 1 1/8 inch up from the bottom, and it is 3/8 and diameter, 1/2 inch deep. So might as well. Offset. Oh, enter 1.125, and so that is from the bottom up. There it is. 1.125, and it is a 3/8 diameter, which makes a 3/16 radius. So we'll offset that center 3/16. So this guy up and down 3/16. That's your guy. Let me throw those dimensions up for you. So there to there. Sorry, I thought I had my dimension selected. And then on each side of it, the 3/16 value. Okay, so you had same with the upper one. All right. The last thing we need is the depth of the hole. It does not go all the way through. It shows on there it's only a 1/2 inch deep, so we need to offset this line here 1/2 of an inch over, and that is the depth of the hole. So basically it's just like this right here. All right. Cool. And in the top view, it would look basically the same. It's showing that as being 15-30 seconds over from the edge here. So you could offset to that. So O enter 15-30 seconds. And that is from this edge right here, this lower edge, down. So that line right there. And you could copy this. That would probably be the easiest thing to do, to just copy that hole. So if you just grab all 3 pieces of it and CO enter and grab it from its center point there and then just move it to that center point, you've got it. Okay. So again, that dimension to that guy's center point was 15-30 seconds from the top down, which is 469 as a decimal. Okay. Yeah, things are going pretty good. 20 minutes into this, I think we can finish up the other view and get that done pretty quick. So we are just going to do the right side view now. Clear out some of these dimensions, make room for it. So I'm going to have it the same distance over, that 2 inches over. And you could do a 45-degree line here if you wanted to bring those down. I think I will. Why not? XL, enter, A, enter. Man, not sure what's happening. Computer's freaking out, sorry. There we go. And I'll just put that right there. Bounce the rest of these lines down. Turn off that nearest snap. Perfect. Trim to that line, that's always fun to do. TR, enter, and then T, enter. We'll pick this line as our cutting edge, and we'll zip those away and zip these away. It's kind of cool. Okay. On the right side view, okay, what do we got here? Get some object lines going. So that is the main shape, and then you can see this edge, of course, and the edge next to it. So as you look on this side, you see this surface here, and then there's this surface, and then finally this surface. So that's these 3 lines. And looking from the right side view, we would also see this hole quite clearly. And that's going to be it for object lines. So let's do that hole. Okay. And obviously I've put that on the wrong one. Sorry. I'm looking at the wrong one here. That's this guy right here. There it is. Okay. So that is all of our object lines on this right side view. But there's quite a few hidden lines to deal with here. So let's go to that layer and let's address this angled slot first. So it's definitely got its back edge all the way. No denying that. And then it has a few horizontal lines, 3 of them. So the one coming across from here, there it is. And then you got this one and that one. So this guy here and that one there. So that is pointing out this angle right here, that corner, and that corner. So they are all visible edges, well, as hidden lines anyway. All right, I think that takes care of the slot, the angled slot. And now for hidden lines, we have these holes to push all the way through. And that should be pretty easy if we get some construction lines up there. So let's do that. There we go. Okay. All right. So that's pretty much it for the object and hidden lines. Of course, we have center lines and dimensions to put on there, but I won't make you sit through that.